What passions fill your heart? Is there something you know you have yet to do? Many people who have done amazing things didn't start working on their passion or gift until they were in their 40s or 50s or 60s or later. There is a path to your passion. I hope you will listen and find it. Julia Child worked in government intelligence before publishing her first cookbook at age 49. This opened doors for her, including a television cooking show. She is now known widely for bringing her upbeat personality and French cuisine to the American public. I'm sure many cooks and gourmets are very grateful to her. Harry Bernstein worked for movie production companies as a script reader and as a magazine editor for trade magazines until he retired at 62. It wasn't until age 96 that he published his painfully eloquent memoir, The Invisible Wall. It brought him notoriety and later a Guggenheim Fellow Award. Harry Bernstein's loss of his beloved wife, Ruby, after 67 years of marriage, was instrumental in bringing about this great success. Beauty can come from ashes. One of my personal favorite stories is that of John Pemberton, an American medical doctor who worked as a pharmacist. His real passion was chemistry. In 1865, during the Battle of Columbus, he suffered a saber wound. In treating his pain, he became addicted to heroin. Trying to create a pain reliever that wasn't addictive, he stumbled upon the formula for Coca-Cola, for which I am very glad. Coca-Cola was first served on May 8, 1886 at Jacob's Pharmacy in Atlanta, Georgia. That's a fun fact. As children, nothing hindered our imaginations. What did you love or dream of as a child? Every passion doesn't begin in childhood, but many do. Too often they get dismissed, ignored, or even shamed. For most of us, life redirects us and sends us down other paths. I remember being 4 years old at a playground with my mom. There was a child off to the side that had some special need that kept him from being with the other kids. I went over to be with him because I didn't want him to feel alone. That passion to comfort still lives in me. I've also been an entertainer of sorts, in front of the camera, on stage kind of person ever since I was really young. It's how God made me, and I feel very alive when I do these things. Many childhood passions, such as musical interest, mechanical curiosity, or artistic creativity, still exist when we grow up. God planted our passions in our DNA, and only we, in our own unique way, can bring them forth. For instance, when I considered doing these videos, I knew many people were out there already bringing forth good messages. I'd be a tiny fish in a giant ocean. But I also knew that no one else is me. If my voice could encourage the people who found and liked my channel, that was and is enough for me. If you aren't really enjoying how you live, then maybe something you dream of is yet to be explored. Trying new things and rekindling goals makes life exciting. We like exciting, but we also like familiar and safe. If we go after a dream, we might fail. It might be difficult. Someone might laugh or be unsupportive. Anything worthwhile takes great effort, and it will be uncomfortable at times. Today, too many young people expect fast success without realizing that it is the years of struggle that prepare us for doing great work. I met someone once who was a nurse and a bit resentful of the authority possessed by doctors. She said, I wanted to be a doctor, but I didn't want to do the work. Paying a price for success is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. We learn so much along the way. I used to think that if an endeavor got too hard for me or frightening, that something was terribly wrong. I thought something was wrong with me. Now I'm a little wiser and laugh. Nothing was wrong. It was just challenging. Sometimes I still want to run from a challenge, but I know now that any worthwhile path is full of at least some stress and frustration, but most likely a ton of both. My mom was awesome, but she didn't teach me how to be tough. Encouraging our children who have worked to achieve something to brush off failures is a great thing parents can do for their kids. When things go south, we need to just evaluate what went wrong, make a new plan, and go for it again. I had to fail a lot without encouraging guidance before I figured out how normal setbacks are. When making these videos, we have run into many frustrating difficulties, from having a final product and discovering that on a larger screen, I have lipstick on my teeth, or recording a whole video for the third time, only to learn that a sound cable failed. If we learn to say, "It's hard, so what?" then we don't have to get stuck there. There are many creative ways to satisfy your goals and passions. Sometimes we need to think outside the box. I wanted to be an Olympic ice skater, but I can't do that now. But I could still teach ice skating, or take skating lessons, or skate for fun. It's amazing what childhood feelings of joy hit me when I first went into a rink after years of being away. The smell of the ice was so familiar and made my heart skate on air. A plan, effort, and determination can get you doing what you're meant to do. I want you to have your dream destiny because you deserve the joy and light that comes with it. Everyone who loves you will rejoice too. Many dreams and endeavors challenge us. In creating these videos, I am climbing, I like to say I am climbing to a new level of learning to be me. It's scary and super fun. In my 4-part series, A Doctor's Psilocybin Journey, I show a very vulnerable side of myself. I was afraid to release it, but chose to do so because I had clarity about its purpose. The purpose was to help anyone considering using psilocybin or mushrooms to relieve depression or anxiety. Releasing grandma rap for Sophie was also scary. Really, if I face it, I'm being a goofball. But again, having a lot of fun. That video was motivated by love for a granddaughter, so whether people liked it or not, I knew the motive was right. Besides, freeing ourselves to have fun with our inner child is very empowering. We don't have to pursue one passion. We can play around and find what makes us giggle and shine. If your passion serves people in any way, you're on to something good. If it serves your soul, that is worthy too. Getting clear on motivation is the first step in fulfilling our destiny. Any motivation that is purely about getting rich or being famous is off base because it won't be fulfilling or bring lasting joy. When we want money or fame, we are actually going for something deeper. What we really want is more like being respected or loved or seen as valuable. These things don't come from money or fame. They come from cultivating dreams that serve others. Maybe you have judged your dreams to be pie in the sky or stupid or unattainable. If you lack inspiration or clarity about what to do, if you don't have money, if you don't have time to work on new goals, or if you don't have a support team, there are still answers for you. In the excellent book, Wishcraft, it's W-I-S-H, Wishcraft, by Barbara Sher, she tells of a time when she was on welfare with 3 children. She addresses all the hindrances I just mentioned because she had all those problems. She can teach us something because she transformed her own life when things were very tough for her. I love one exercise she suggested for rediscovering yourself. Walk through your home as if you did not know yourself and look at it. What would you learn about the person who lives there? What would you learn about what motivates that person or what they love? It's a great exercise. I love it. It's a fresh look at self. If you can't see the answers, ask a friend to tour your home and give you feedback. It's time to laugh at discouragement and dig in your heels. If this doesn't come naturally, so what? Feelings don't have to stop you. Feelings come and go. They are fickle. When people move forward in their plans, they know that low or stuck feelings pass. If I ask you to show me anyone who has achieved anything of worth but never been very discouraged, you will come up with exactly no one. I mean, 0 people. Empowered thought doesn't dwell on discouragements. Here is an important heads up too. If you set out to do something you feel God is calling you to do, expect difficulty. There are light and dark forces in this world. Look around, and that is easy to believe. I think it's interesting that some people believe in angels but can't fathom the opposite. It certainly isn't angels guiding the many dark things of this world. We need to be aware that as we grow, pursue good causes, or seek God more closely, that there will be opposition in our quest. We don't need to worry because light can extinguish darkness, but we do need a heads up. We do need to know to seek God when adversity comes. Adversity isn't to be feared, though, because when we experience adversity, this is our greatest opportunity to grow and become more. I wish someone had taught me this a long time ago. I kept thinking I was doing something wrong if I had difficulty with anything. I thought if I had aptitude and right motives for something, it should go pretty smoothly for me. I was an A+ student who struggled over and over again with the stress of being in school and having a family and wondering if I could finish school. Discouraging lies plagued my mind. I stopped my education too many times. Finishing seemed next to impossible. After moving with my husband and kids a number of times, I ultimately attended 8 undergraduate schools. 2 of them were just one summer class, but still crazy, right? And it took me only 18 years to finish undergraduate school. And that is the somewhat easy part of my journey through school. I completed the rest of my education in medicine faster, but circumstances made it even harder. Am I glad I hung in there? You bet. Along this long path, I felt like a quitter. But one time a friend said to me, "Are you kidding? Look how many times you've started." What a great observation that was. It shifted my awareness. We just have to pick up and try again until we meet with success. Tough roads teach us a lot if we want to learn. Make life exciting and go after what ignites your heart. You can do anything your heart calls you to do. Always use your empowered thought to celebrate all that you can do and forgive yourself for not being able to do certain things easily. Refuse to be swayed by difficulty. Honor yourself with respect for your goals and giving them all you've got. In other words, do your part and ask God for the rest. This is a winning formula. This will leave your heart fulfilled, be an inspiration to others, and leave a legacy of your unique, beautiful life. I love it.